All right, guys. Getting started here just a little bit before time. Sure. Everything's looking good. Justin's watching with us. Okay, if you guys are jumping on live, give me a hashtag live. Let me know you're here. Some people reached out. They said they already had some questions for Justin, so definitely drop your comments if you will. Gaston, you were one of the ones that was saying you were just on the sales page. Should I wait? And then if you will, I'm streaming with Ecamm Live, and I'll only be able to see your name if you give it permission. So if you need to do that, that'd be great. So we'll get started here in just a second. A few more people jump on. All right. So, I don't know Justin terribly well, but we met briefly at Funnel Hacking Live, and then we worked on. I actually had. He was reaching out to me asking about Email Slurper, and there was an issue, and he had some development background, and so he was willing to take a look at it, and before I knew it, he had a fix for me. He said he didn't want to do it long term, which I can't blame him for that, because he's got his own deal here. But that's how we met, Funnel Hacking Live, and I know that he has spoken at in Catherine Jones's group for CF Design School, and I heard a lot of positive feedback about that. And I'm going to be honest, I've never tried some of this stuff. I'm hoping to see, just like you, spend a little time to see what's all the hype about CF Stylebox. What is it? What's the big idea? And so, welcome me. If you please join with me in welcoming to the show, Justin Cersey. Hey.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, you're coming in. It looks like you're coming in strong through the feed now.
Good. Glad to be here.
So, yes, so you're doing this some sort of CF Stylebox thing. You're doing this full time.
Yeah.
And
yep.
Maybe just tell us a little bit about your background and maybe how you got started with that.
Sure. So you alluded a little bit to my background. I have a technical background, an IT background. So I went to school, got a degree in management information systems, and I got a master's degree in internet technology, and that's just been my thing for my whole career in web design. So just building websites, web apps, things like that. Been doing that for a long time. And then I jumped into the funnel world. I guess it's been going on 2.5 years now that I've been playing with funnels and playing this game. And I didn't start with CF Stylebox. I started in something completely different, trying to figure it all out and what I wanted to do and who I wanted to serve and that whole deal. And I eventually had to do a course correction. So I realized that I needed to be using my skill set, my career background, the things that I'm really good at, to help serve the funnel community, funnel hacking community. And that's where the idea came in for CF Stylebox, and really just in building my own funnels and seeing the things I was running into and the opportunities I had to create things that other people could use. Thus it was born, and I started making it available to other people.
So what was it that triggered the idea that this was something you wanted to do? And maybe just what is it? What is it that you do?
Yeah, so CF Stylebox is a collection of design elements or design add-ons really for Clickfunnels. So, you can build your own funnels pretty easily in Clickfunnels. You drag different things in, but then what my product does, it allows you to have additional, kind of high-end design elements that you can just copy and paste in to give your funnels more of an edge, because that visual appeal is really what hooks people in the beginning, right? And so they make those split-second decisions on, is this something I'm interested in? Do I want to bother to read the copy, kind of thing? You've got to have that visual hook right out of the gate, and so this allows people to do that easily.
So is there? I'm curious. I'm sure you'll be showing us some of these things, but like, is there one that's just like far and above like the people's favorite thing that favorite element or?
Well, I mean, there's
something that you're known for, like
that I'm known for. I don't know if I could say that I'm known for one particular effect. We've got around 50 or so in there, so there's several, and it keeps growing. I don't know that there's one that I say is everybody's favorite. I always find that the most recent one I released is my personal favorite. It just kind of works out that way, but I feel like they keep getting better and better the further in I go, just because I'm learning more and getting better and better at it. But some of the background effects that I've done recently, I think are really cool and have been pretty great.
So I'm not quite sure, but I'm guessing is it basically copy and paste code? Are you giving these little code things that you copy and kind of paste into the funnel somewhere, like a CSS, or how does it actually?
So there's some CSS involved, there's some JavaScript involved, but nothing that anybody has to get their hands dirty with, right? So you don't have to know anything at all about code. Basically, if you can copy and paste, then you can use this, right? But yeah, that's how it works. And so I have a membership area where for every effect, you go in there, and I'll show this in a little bit later when we go into a demo. But I have a video for every single effect where I just walk you through and say, this is what it looks like, this is what it does. Copy this, paste it here, and you're basically done. So you don't really have to know. If you can currently use Clickfunnels to build a funnel, then you can use this. It doesn't require any additional knowledge or skills.
Okay, very cool. Okay, guys. So I think we're going to jump into a demo here pretty soon. Let me make sure you drop any comments. Let's just jump right into what in the heck is CF Style Box. So let me go ahead and switch over here, and why don't you, Justin, take it away and show us the magic.
Okay. So I guess you can see my screen now at this point.
I can. Yes, I can.
Okay, good. So this is just a example of one particular effect, and I've got on my screen here a few versions of this one effect. This one's called the Swoop Diddy Swoop. Got kind of a fun little name, but this is a background that you can use in any section, any row, or any column. So if you're familiar with building funnels out ClickFunnels, you know those are the three main building blocks of funnels, right? And so the effect is really all this, everything you see in this rectangle in the background, not the text itself, right? But what's cool about this is not just an image, like I download an image and say, here you go, you can put an image in your background. This is dynamic in that you can change it. Let me just show you. Let's scroll down a little bit here. Here's the same exact effect, but in a different layout, a different color, right? So this is actually an image, but we're changing the color through ClickFunnels, through the standard kind of functionality you're used to in ClickFunnels. So let me just show you over here. I'm in the designer now. This is the ClickFunnels designer, right? And you can see here I've got this blue border around here. So that tells us this is just a row in ClickFunnels. So I click on the settings for this. It opens up our normal settings window on the side. And you see this blue for the background color is the same blue that you see in these kind of swoosh kind of things here, right?
Okay.
So if I open this up, now I can play around with this and I can change those to whatever color I want just by clicking on this. So it integrates really well with the existing ClickFunnels functionality, right? You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to know anything extra, but it's just giving you higher end kind of things like you are a professional designer without having to know how to do any of that stuff, right? You just know how to use this control already because you're currently building funnels, but you can create whatever you want there, right? And it just stretches and expands to whatever container you put it in. We saw it up here on this one, and then you can do the same thing on column backgrounds here. So these are just kind of examples of how you might use the effect, right? And they all work this way. They integrate with the ClickFunnels functionality as much as possible. And then, as you made mention of already, you got to copy some code in, right? So
okay.
Many of you you may have used this, James. I don't know how many of your viewers use these things, but up here under settings, you click on tracking code.
Yep.
And then you have this window that pops up, right? And you can paste code into here, right?
Yep.
So that's what you see in my membership area, the video, and it says, all right, below this video, there's some code, highlight it, copy it, paste it into here. If there's any CSS that's needed, then we come to the CSS window and do the exact same thing. And then I just walk you through how to configure it, right?
So does your demo usually go over what that actually looks like? Are we going to do that today, or just kind of show us
what the code looks like?
Yeah. Will the demo show us what it looks like to set up a new effect? Or are you just
I wasn't necessarily planning on doing that. If we could, but I mean, I can show you real quick right here if we wanted to.
Yeah.
If that's interest to you. So I could just do the same effect on a new row. So let me just add a new row right here. Okay. And let's see. For this, I've already got all the code pasted into those windows here because we've already got it working. But the next step we usually have to do in these is to tell the code which element we want it to operate on. So for this particular effect, you can put it on any section, any row, or any column. So I'm doing it on a row here, but they all work the same way. We come down here to where it says Get CSS Info at the bottom.
Okay.
Click on that hashtag, and then I'm going to just change the title under here under CSS Info. And that just tells the code, hey, I want this effect to apply to this particular row. So if I just say CFS dash, trying to go from memory here on what this one is. I think it's just, whoops, I spelled it wrong. Swoop, Diddy Swoop was the name of this one. And if I type that right, we should see. All right, so that automatically pops that effect into the background of that row. Right, it goes across all the columns, and then I can come in here and start playing with the background color like we were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah.
And it's good to go. It's that simple to add it in.
Okay.
And then you just add your other elements into here like you would anything else, right? So in this row, now I can add in, a headline or an image or whatever it might be, and it just goes over the top of that effect. That's how this particular one works. Make sense?
Yeah. And how did you get yourself off to the right there? That's a two elements. Okay, so you.
Yeah, this is a two column row. So I just dropped an image into that column. Okay. Nothing special going on there. Yep.
Okay. What else do you have for us?
All right. Let's look at some of the other ones. So that's a background effect, and this one. So we have a group of what I call section dividers. So this is just a demo funnel that doesn't have any real content in it. I'm just showing off some of the different section dividers. So for every section in Clickfunnels, it's usually just a straight line between sections. Maybe you have different colors or whatever, but it adds a little bit, something extra to have different dividers between them. So here, this is what I'm calling Chevron. It just is this big triangular chevron shape between sections. And then I've got another one. Scroll down here. This one is called the double diagonal. Right, so there's a whole lot of green in here, right? This is just something I threw together to demonstrate some changes I made to this effect. It originally didn't work with images, but I added the ability to have images in the background. So you can excuse all the turquoise here, but it makes a diagonal transition between sections. Okay. And then the last one I've got in here is this triangle between two sections here, right? So just a few different things there that you can do between different sections to shake things up a bit. And then here's another section divider. This one I call the overlapping waves.
Wow. So
you can see this kind of transition. It works just like the demo we went through a second ago, right? Yep. You drop your code in there, you tell it which section you're targeting by changing that title, and it just applies it in there. And you use it with all the, all the standard stuff. This image that's in the background, I just put that in the normal way you would put images into a section in Clickfunnels, right?
And so all of a sudden it looks like you actually are a designer rather than just like me who can only do things in rows and columns and just looks pretty elementary.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of the appeal of CS Style Box, is to have some of those nicely designed elements without either because you can't do them yourself, or you don't want to take the time to do it, or you don't want to pay someone else to do it, or whatever. You get those sort of professional looking designed elements. Yeah. So this right here is actually another one of the effects. I don't know if you can see my mouse very well on that pink background, but
yeah.
The brush stroke is what I'm highlighting over right there. That's behind us. So this is actually text right here. I can highlight that, right?
Right.
So the text this is just a standard headline in ClickFunnels, and then we've put this white brush stroke behind the text. So it's just a way of drawing more attention to a particular headline or part of the headline, if you want to do it that way.
So you did the brush stroke?
Yeah, so I make the brush stroke. That's an element in CF Style Box. You identify which headline you want it behind, and it automatically puts it back there. And it picks the colors using ClickFunnels color settings as well to know what kind of color to put back there. So it's pretty easy to use.
Okay, so what am I correct that we're actually looking at two different things at the same time here? The little wave thing, the little S wave, and then the other paintbrush thing.
Yeah, so I got two of the effects on here. So you can use multiple effects within the same funnel.
Are there more effects that I'm seeing right now, or just the two?
On this one, it's just those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don Larson says that looks great.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate that. So let's move to another one here. So this one is a frequently asked questions effect, right? So a lot of times we want to have FAQs in our funnels, and this is a way of displaying them in a visually appealing way. But another benefit of this is that it takes up less real estate in your funnel. So, in web design, that's something I'm always conscious of, is how much space are we taking up with things and using things efficiently. And I like this kind of thing. You click on these and they expand, right? So maybe you have a lot of FAQs and you don't want to, have this huge scrolling section. I don't know if you noticed this little arrow here rotates when you click on it, right? But you can customize this as well. The colors are customizable. The icon, you can use any icon that's available in ClickFunnels. If you've used, ClickFunnels already has icons in there that you can use for bulleted lists and things like that. So all of those are available. You just pick the one you want to use. There's a few different configuration things you can set with this particular one, but pretty cool little effect.
So I'll just tell you, I got a bunch of different funnels, and I've never bothered to make an FAQ, probably because, I don't know. Does ClickFunnels doesn't have a FAQ thing like this? Is what you're saying?
I'm trying to remember. They might have an FAQ effect. It doesn't do this. I think it's just a question and an answer right below it. It doesn't do the collapsible thing. Do they? I don't know. I'm trying to remember whether they have an FAQ.
I don't know either. You mean would they have a FAQ element? Is what you're saying?
I'm trying to remember if they have one in here. There it is, FAQ.
Let's see what it looks like.
All right, I need to change the color of it so we can actually see it. But
is it just
not something you'd want to use on a background like this? But
maybe you can put it on another row or something.
Yeah, let me just drop the drop this effect out of here.
Okay.
Give us a solid color background. There you go. So
it's really just
headline. Yeah, question and answer is what it is.
It's really just some text formatting is all.
Right. Yeah. So it's a headline and a paragraph is what it looks like, but so it doesn't give you some of this advanced stuff with the styling.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump over to another one. Let's see. This next one. Oh, this is just. I think we've already seen all of these.
Hold on. So I see the brush stroke. I see the horizontal. The horizontal. What was that?
I call that one the double diagonal.
Double diagonal.
Is just, showing some of the effects together. But this is a new one here you haven't seen yet. So this button. I don't know if it shows on the video. Sometimes with lag, it's hard to see.
Sheen, kind of the light sheen on there.
Yeah, it runs back and forth across it. So that's a good way to draw attention to your buttons.
Yeah.
Our buttons are the thing that we want people to ultimately interact with, right?
Right.
We want them to click something to make a purchase or to enter their email or whatever. We don't want those to get lost visually.
And I I have to say, like, that's a really good looking funnel right there.
Well, thank you.
I'm kind of wanting the video to be even bigger though. What do you think?
The video over here?
Yeah, almost like I wish I could like, make it a little bit bigger and fill up that right space a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like if I
yeah.
was to drag the bottom right corner and make it, yep,
Pull it out that
pull it
way.
out like that. But
Yeah.
I love how clean that looks.
Well, thank you.
Make your funnels.
Um, See, I think I have another effect on here as well. So this one here. So it's kind of small,
Yeah.
but you see this portion of the headline where it says maximum success. It has a gradient on it, right?
Yes.
So ClickFunnels has the ability to highlight a part of your headline by making it a different color, right? So I could make maximum success this blue color, but you can't do a gradient like that. So this
Okay.
just adds that ability to add a gradient to your text. Just another way to draw attention to specific words within a headline. Let's see. So these are the kind of things that you get in CS Style Box. Just a lot of little additions and
Yeah.
more ability to make your funnels more, again, to hook people right out of the gate. You want to hook them before they bounce, and then also just adding credibility and consumability into your funnels. Here's a fun one here that I don't know if you've ever struggled with this, James, but building an offer stack into a funnel. There's not an offer stack control, right, that you can
Right.
drop in. So you try to kind of put a bulleted list and make some space in between and get things lined up. Sometimes it lines up well. Sometimes it gets, on different, maybe it looks good on your desktop, but then on mobile it starts to do weird wrapping or things like that. It's like a lot of guesswork. So I built here we go. This is just 2 copies of the same control here in case you wanted multiple on a page, but this is just a nicely formatted offer stack control where it does all the alignment for you. It scales and does all the spacing regardless of how wide your screen is, whether you're on desktop or mobile or whatever. You have this, optionally you can put these dotted lines in here to help tracking across, right? You can set the colors of that. You can set the colors of everything. You can customize the bullets, not have bullets. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. But it's just an easy way to do what is an essential part of so many funnels, having an offer stack, right? All right. And then I was going to jump into the membership area and show, this is just a handful of what's in there, but I was going to jump into the membership area and kind of show you what that looks like.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the membership area, and I've got everything divided up into what I call packs, right? So they're, different, around different purposes or whatever. So right now we're looking at the Swoop Duty Swoop 1, which is under backgrounds pack. There's Swoop Duty Swoop. So we already saw an example of this one, but this is what a basic page in the membership area looks like, right? You have a video where I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Everything you need to make it work. These are pretty short videos. It doesn't take much to implement any of these effects. So the videos aren't very long, but it walks you through everything you need to do. Then here's an example of what it might look like just so you can see without having to watch the video. And then down below is some code. And you just copy that code like we already talked about and paste it into place. So just to go through here a little bit to show you more of what we have, there are some free sections up here that people can get access to for free just by signing up and logging in. And we'll make that available to everybody at the end of this for anybody who's interested.
Okay.
But there's a few things in here related to background effects. So all of these first 3 have to do with changing the background of your page or your sections based off of where you are on the page. So if you wanted to, have the color change as you scrolled, you could do that. You might want to, I don't know, indicate that you're moving to a different section of the funnel, or maybe you're playing with color theory and you are going from a dark to a light as you are unfolding to somebody how your product solves their problem, or I don't know, different kind of things you could do to play around with color and the effects colors have by, just you're scrolling through the different section. This last one is a glow. You can kind of see this one in the video right here. It's probably hard to pick up at that size. There's kind of a glow that radiates out from the center behind this image, as opposed to having just a solid background like you see in this top piece here. All right.
So if someone got this, it sounds like if someone bought this a year ago, I'm guessing that this is some sort of that you keep on adding to it over time, and it's kind of like, is it kind of like a lifetime? You get all the updates too.
Yes. So I do keep adding to it. I've got a long list of things that I will continue to add to it. And yes, what is here is more than what I started with. I'm trying to add new stuff every single month or more often if I can. And like I said, there's a lot of things that I still want to do, some things that are pretty cool I'm pretty excited about that are be coming out soon. But yeah, once you're in, you continue to get access to everything that's in there.
And this is a Clickfunnels membership site.
Yes, it's all built within Clickfunnels membership site. Yep.
How do you do that the blue background? Is that one of your things there?
This back here?
Yeah. Is that swoop-de-dee-doop?
Nope. That is not one of the effects. I've had people ask me if I'll make it one, so I probably will at some point, but that is just some custom code that I put in there to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know how we're doing on time here, but I can continue to go through some of these if you want. Or
yeah, let's check in with any of our viewers. Looks like we don't have a ton of people on right now, but looks like maybe Bud has joined us. Don is watching. Yeah, let us know if you have any questions, guys. It's definitely been a quick introduction for me to see kind of what. Man, I just love that clean look, on some of these styles.
Yeah, thank you.
I got to get that.
Yeah. Well, I can keep going if you want and show some more of what's in here, just so people can get an understanding of what they would get if they did.
Yeah, show us the rest of the freebies that we're going to give everyone today.
Okay. So the next one is, these are a bunch of text effects. Okay, so I'm calling them text effects. They have to do with shadows, really. So when you put a headline into ClickFunnels, they have an option to put a drop shadow on there, but the options are very limited, and the shadows are usually pretty small and hard. You don't see a whole lot there. So these are just different ways to play with shadows, and some of these you'll be able to see all right in the video. I don't know if you can see that. This one kind of has a 3D pop off kind of a thing. Let's see, double shadow. You can see here. I don't know if you can see that, James. It's probably kind of small on the screen, but it's basically, you got the blue main letter, then you've got like a space, and then another. So it's called that one double shadow just because it's got a white shadow and then a gray shadow behind it. So just a different kind of look to draw attention to a headline. These are all just ways that are great for drawing attention to a headline. And what's cool about all of these text effects is that they scale automatically with the size of your text. So that's one thing a normal drop shadow doesn't do, right? So you might have, on your desktop size, a shadow that looks decent, but then you got to scale down your text for mobile, and then it doesn't look the same, right? Because that shadow is staying the same size, even though it's on a smaller screen. This will scale whatever you put your text size as, it automatically calculates the size of these effects and scales them appropriately, which is pretty cool. I'll show you a couple more of these here. Down and distant, that one's going to be kind of small too. I don't know if I can zoom in on some of this. You see that kind of down shadow there.
Basically, everything you do already comes mobile optimized as well?
Yes, everything I check it all, desktop versus mobile. There are some things in here that are going to be different or don't make sense for mobile. We have one, for example, a hover. When you're on a desktop and you have a mouse, you can hover over something, right?
Yeah.
And have some sort of effect. But there's no real hover. There's no concept of hovering on a phone.
Yep.
So, I have to make adjustments in those kind of situations to.
But you're thinking through all that for us.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to. So these are all just, I don't know that we need to go through all of these, but just these are all different effects. This one looks like it's kind of stamped into leather, kind of a look.
Well, What's
and that
that
works.
one? Letterpress?
Yeah, call that one letterpress. So there's several there. And then the last free section, I've got 3 in there. So affiliate link changer.
Okay.
What this does, so down here at the bottom, you see where it says one funnel away challenge.
Oh, your
Right?
badge. It's kind of, I think it's called a badge affiliate.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a badge. It's automatically at the bottom of all your funnels when you build them, unless you go in and turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's you generally to just the main ClickFunnels landing page, and it uses your affiliate link if you're in the program. What this one does is it'll let you change the link, right? So maybe you want to promote some other ClickFunnels offer,
Yeah.
right?
But
Instead of the main page, you can change the link to go to that. Of course, you can change it to whatever you want. But you can also change the image here. So you see I've got a different image here because
yep.
I want to promote one funnel away challenge. That's the link changer effect. There's another one down here in one of the other packs that's actually I forget what I call it. We'll see it in a minute, but it has additional functionality where I can click on this and it does a little pop-up.
Oh,
right?
that's not for free. That's a paid one.
The pop-up piece is in the paid one.
Yeah.
The free one, you can change the link of the badge, but the pop-up piece, that gives you an opportunity to have a little more. This is just an image in here. You can pick an image to put in there, and to kind of give a little more before you send people off.
That image is a link too, right?
Yes, the image is a link, and so clicking up here is just going to collapse it again. But you don't have to use this just for ClickFunnels stuff, right?
Sure.
So if you want to promote your own offers, you don't want to promote your own offer on a badge that says ClickFunnels on it, but you can change the badge to whatever image you want it to be and promote your own offers and things in here because you can control what the link goes to. So
that's pretty slick.
Anyway, that one's kind of cool. Animate anything. So there's already some animation ability within ClickFunnels. They do a few things. I don't know if you've ever used it, but
I've seen some buttons moving around a little bit.
Yeah, so there's a few little things you can do here. This adds a whole extra amount of animation you can do. If you like animation stuff, you can animate anything basically in your funnel, which is why I call this one animate anything. You can animate sections, rows, columns,
Let's
buttons,
see it.
Whatever.
How does it work? How does it what does it look like?
Well, there are, I think, 70 different animations you can do. So we're not gonna be able to show them all here.
Yeah.
Right, but let's see if I can play this video. I don't know how well it worked when we're streaming here, but let me just play this real quick. We don't need to hear anything, but you can see that's just an example of one. You can see that section kind of pulsing there, right? I think this is the whole.
Can you go full screen?
What's that?
Can you go full screen on that video? Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so you can do that. I think in this video, I don't know if I did it in this video, but I animated this picture of the woman, so she moves around. I don't know that you'd want to do that, but I'm just demonstrating the concept, right? So you can animate entire sections, just controls within sections, images, headlines, buttons, whatever you want. All of that can be animated, and like I said, there's 70 different effects. Fly in, fly out, zoom out, bounce, shake, anything you can think of. Those are all options in there.
How do you control what the animation does? Like what if it goes right or left or pulses or?
By which name you use. So that's explained in the video. And down at the bottom of this page, there's a list of all the different animations, and you basically tell it which one you want to use, and then it uses that one. So a lot of options that you can do with this one. The last one in the free section here is about customizing Google Fonts. So I don't know if you know, but ClickFunnels uses what's called Google Fonts to put all the different fonts in there that you use in your funnels. And so you just go in, you pick a headline, you pick which fonts you want. But there are some limitations as well as some things that don't always work right with it. And so this is an effect that helps get around some of that. So there are options within Google Fonts that aren't available in ClickFunnels. So this opens up some of those additional features and options there. Also, there are some fonts on Google Fonts that aren't even available in ClickFunnels, and this lets you bring those in. So just giving you more options to build upon what's already built in there.
Okay.
All right. That ends the
Okay.
free stuff, and then the rest of this is all the premium stuff.
Now I know that coders are not cheap, as we both probably know.
Yeah.
So what does it cost to get the rest of what do you value it at, and what does it actually cost?
Well, there's lots of ways you can look at the value. I mean, just even paying somebody to do one of these things is going to cost more than it costs to buy my entire membership. So,
Okay.
okay, that way.
I mean, what does a good developer cost? I mean, yeah, you can go and get somebody on Fiverr, for who knows how much, but we're talking easy 50 to $100 an hour. Is that about the going rate, or what would you say?
Well, it's been a while since I looked. I, you know, I looked up some examples once before I did a video like this, and it's been a while. But one of them was 99 Designs. Have you ever heard of that? I don't know
Uh,
if you've heard of 99 Designs. It's just a company where you can go on and you can have people create logos or things for you, different things like that, and they basically compete, I
yeah.
think. Um, but you can go in there and they have kind of pre-done deals, not pre-done effects, but basically a package you can buy. I can want to pay to have a button created, for example, and I forget, it was just crazy, like hundreds of dollars to have someone design one button for you, um, just one button. So, I mean, that's just kind of an example. I have around 50, somewhere around 50 effects, 50, and adding more in here. And I actually have multiple options for buying into this. Right now, if you want to just pay one time and get in, it's $279 one time, and then you get anything I add in the future in terms of effects. But then I also have a payment option for people that want to spread it out over a few months.
Okay.
But then I have a monthly option as well for anyone that just wants to pay continually monthly. It's the same access, but it's just a different way of getting in.
Okay,
And
so it'd be like how much a month?
it's $37 a month.
$37 a month.
Yeah, so you have either option: pay as you go, or pay one time and never worry about it again.
Okay.
So the best deal over the long term is the one time payment thing. But
Right.
I have options there because everybody's in a different situation. So, but yeah, you can see that's a lot cheaper than paying someone to do all of this stuff. And what's cool also to think about, James, is that say I did hire a designer to create some effect for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pay them because I don't know how to do it or whatever. I get it in my funnel, and then I need to make a change, right? I'm changing my colors, or the what do you call it? The offer stack that I showed you. Remember this thing? A lot of funnels that I see have offer stacks that look nice, but they're images, right? Which means some graphic person has created it, right? Now you want to change your offer stack, you got to go back to that graphic person and have them change it for you again. It means you're paying them again, right? And we want to test our funnels and change things and optimize them. You don't want to be paying every time you need to make
Oh,
a tweak.
you're
Right.
saying that yours is pretty like dynamic with the text,
Yeah,
whereas
this is all text, so you want to change
that
it
other.
yourself, right? You go in there and say, all right, this isn't 1,997 anymore. It's 997, or it's 2,000, whatever. You just change it. It's nicely formatted like an image that a graphic designer person did, but you don't have to pay anybody to do it because it all works off of the stuff you already know how to use in Clickfunnels. So,
Gotcha.
right.
Well, maybe why don't you take us to the home page there, where someone would, if they did want to look at it closer, maybe tell us. I've got you still back on screen share. Maybe tell us about your Facebook group if people want how they can connect with you in the future.
Sure. You want me to tell people how to get these free effects if they want?
Yeah, let's talk about how they get a hold of the free one. Maybe if you can drop a link. Um,
Yeah, let's see if I can
it
do
doesn't
that.
have to be right now. You could do it. You could do it after we hop
All right.
off.
All right. All right. Or if somebody watching wants to be nice and type as I say this. But if you want the free ones, you can go to www.cfstylebox.com/free,
Free.
and that'll get you into the free bits. If you're interested in the whole thing, we haven't even gone in to show you what's in the paid version, but just drop the free off of that URL, right? So www.cfstylebox.com will take you there, and you can just jump in that way. You mentioned my group. I do have a group where I talk about design-related things, and that's Sales Funnel Design Hacks. Live Your Life by Design is the full name of that group. So you're welcome to come join me there. I'm not going to try to rattle off the URL for that one.
Yeah.
It's a long Facebook path, but.
So we do have a question coming through right now,
Okay.
which is, will this work on other platforms other than Clickfunnels?
Good question. No, this is
CF box.
ClickFunnels specific. So the way it works kind of behind the scenes is that I look at the way that ClickFunnels, their code and the way that everything is rendered in your funnel, and then I'm manipulating that with my code, kind of. So it's very specific to the way that they do their stuff.
Okay, so that's why it's called CF style box. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And it looks like Aaron, you posted a link. It's not CSS style box. It's CF style box. We'll drop the correct link here in just a little bit. But it's not CSS. Paul, thanks for jumping on. Well, that's very cool. So I definitely have a much better idea of what it is that you have and do. I mean, you can see if there's any more questions. We could show us some more of the premium ones if you want. Some of your other cool ones, or we could just call it good. What do you think?
Let's just hit a couple here. I don't want to take all the time. People aren't going to want to see me demo every little one in here, right. I doubt, but I'll just kind of hit maybe what of these different packs are in general, right?
Okay.
So image hover effects, there's several in there. You can see that's kind of a long list there. Those are hover effects for when you move your mouse over an image, and so they will allow you to overlay text on an image, and then there's some sort of movement or extra text displayed when you move your mouse over. So you can think of maybe you wanted to have maybe you're doing a funnel around some sort of summit, or you're highlighting a speaker you're going to have. Maybe you've got their picture there and their name on it. You hover over, and that text moves up a little bit, and there's some more of bio about them, something like that, right? So there's a whole bunch of different effects there. Testimonial effects, there are 3 different testimonial effects. If you go to my funnel page, or my main landing page for CF Stylebox, so cfstylebox.com, you'll see on there towards the bottom, I've got several testimonial quotes in there. That's this testimonials piece.
Can we go see those?
You can see it here.
Right there?
Right.
Okay.
They look kind of like that. So it takes text and then formats it in a nice kind of speech bubble kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you got stars, and this is customizable as well, like how many stars you want and different things like that. I've got a slider one that rotates through, and you can have a picture of the person and their quote and their review or whatever, and it just rotates through a series of them. And then review blocks is just another one. You can't see it in the image there, but they look kind of like Amazon reviews, sort of. It's kind of sort of the style those look like. So just 3 different ways to nicely format your testimonials, which are an important part of funnels. Section dividers, I already showed examples of all 4 of those. Yeah. And there will be more of those coming. I really like section dividers, so I'm going to be adding more in. Premium text effects. We already saw the brush stroke effect. We already saw the text gradient. The text rotator is only one we haven't seen here. What it does is it rotates through different text. You might have seen this kind of thing where, in this example, it says want to build an audience, right? So what I do in this video is you'll see it changes from want to build an audience to want to build an email list.
Oh, no way. Or like I am a funnel designer. I am an entrepreneur. I am a this.
Exactly.
I've seen that.
It animates the parts that changes.
Dude.
And again, you can change. There's a whole list of animations you can choose from. Again, I think it's that same list of 70. So you want it to bounce in, you want it to fade, you want whatever it is. So that's a cool kind of attention grabber headline kind of effect.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta ask.
Yes.
What if someone doesn't really want to do all of this? Do you have any service where I could just be like, dude, you're amazing. You know all this stuff. You have a good eye. Can you just like take my funnel and like, I don't know, jack up my funnel for me. Not jack up, but like spruce my funnel service. Come in here and like, boom, you add all these cool things and then send them back out the next day and
Yeah, so I don't have that nailed down right now. That is something I'm looking at and willing to do. I'm going to be modifying my membership area to add some things like that, right? So, kind of some done for you sort of services. So you can look for that in the future to be showing up in my membership area because that's going to be some people, they're going to get busy or just whatever and want somebody to do it for them. So that is something that I'm going to be putting out there.
Yeah, I mean, you could use the one-click membership upsell thing. Have you ever done that before? You're going through a funnel and you have an upsell, and then if they don't buy it, you can actually put a link back to that upsell in your members area.
Yes, I actually have that for everything in the premium section. If you haven't bought yet, you just have the free membership. Then when you click on those, it takes you to the thing to buy it. So,
okay, very cool. Very cool.
Easy for people to upgrade if they choose to. But yeah,
I can tell that Paul Motley's getting excited about this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he says, I'm getting this. Should help conversions.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he says I'm getting the concept or I'm getting the product. You have to let us know, Paul. He says, cool. Always have a done for you option. I guess, you could outsource it and say, hey, outsourcers, here's all the stuff, lickety split. Because I could see where you could take a funnel and just quickly add a lot of these effects and just kind of just like a funnel overhaul kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone else could make their own. Yeah. So if I'm an agency, can I take these and do this on behalf of my clients? Is that allowed? Or
yes, I am allowing that. Yeah. Okay. So
cool.
Just for that situation. So it's not like a blank license where you can go
and like restart or anything.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you take us to the sales page or where someone would order it if they wanted. Again, there's he's got some free options here, but some people probably would like to take advantage of this.
So let's just go to csstylebox.com, and that's what it'll look like. So you'll know you're in the right place.
Oh, and there's your little. What do you call that one?
Button. Let's see, button shimmer.
Yeah, button shimmer. And of course, you got to be using like a lot of the different elements on your own page. That makes sense.
Use my own stuff, right?
What else? I want to see the rest of the page if I can.
Yep. So got a few testimonial videos there. Got Catherine Jones and Austin Dixon.
Yes.
On there, just kind of running through some of the benefits of it. And I've got a demo video on here. So if you want, it just kind of shows some of the stuff that we've just been doing on this call. It shows you how it works, and you can see here this is already. It says 45 plus. We're around 50 right now. It just keeps growing.
And is that the Chevron?
This one?
Yeah, is it Chevron or?
No, this is just my own custom one that's only in my funnel currently.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably make that available at some point. But these are just talking about some benefits of it. And there's the testimonials thing we talked about, right? So you can see that in see that there.
Oh, you got two. Oh, it looks like you got two by Danny Hayes there, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dan and Danny.
Dan Havey and Danny Hayes. Oh.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that's it. So it's pretty.
Very, very nice.
Pretty simple. Just click the button anywhere. All these buttons will take you to the page to check out. So.
Can I see it? Level up. Let's click on it.
Sure.
There you go. Okay. So one-time payment of $297. You may have said $279 earlier, but I think
did I?
You think you meant $297? So $297 or 3 payments of $120. So that would be a total of $360. So you do get a price break for buying it up front, or $37 a month. That would be how many? At least 10 months would put you at $370. So I would probably just bite the bullet, undo one of the top two.
Yeah, that's why it says best deal here. That's obviously, I
Yeah.
mean, that's going to be the cheapest long-term option, but uh, you know, like
Yeah.
to give people options so they can do what works best for them.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, unless there's any other questions, I think I think we've got a good idea of what he's got. We know where to find him if we want more information. Um, thank you so much. Let me switch to the view of us together here.
All right.
Let's see.
And if anybody has questions who watch this later, feel free to
Whoa.
ask the questions, tag me, whatever, reach out. Happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Yeah. See, you and me, we're like coders. We're not like hardcore closers, you know. I just like making cool stuff. The selling of it's not really. We're not gonna. What you mean? We're not gonna do a deal where, only for over the weekend or this deal?
Yeah.
You're gonna can you give us a you have a promo code style box?
I don't have a promo code for you. I am building out something to, we're all growing here and learning how to do these kind of things. But I am building out some stuff. So I can tell you guys, this isn't quite there, but if you decide to buy it now, I'll tell you, you can go ahead and you can get this. So I've got a thing that will be a limited time offer, but I will give it to anybody that goes ahead and gets it now. But it's a masterclass I did where I'm going through how to build out a nicely styled membership area. Okay.
Oh.
So I don't have it applied to my membership area, so it won't look like my membership area. But what I'm doing is showing how to section out a membership area into different sections and having basically groupings in your menu. I don't know if that makes sense from the way I'm telling it, but
okay, so you do have something for.
Yeah, and that'll be something that people will be able to grab as kind of an incentive when they're coming in. And it's not, like I said, I'm not done with it in terms of putting it in my funnel, so I can't give it to you now. But like I said, if you go ahead and get it now, I'll make sure you get it.
Okay.
There's my incentive. Okay.
Urgency and scarcity. Gotta have it, or we don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
No. Hopefully, you guys realize today wasn't a hard pitch. More just making you aware of something that's out there. I'm not even. There's no CF style box / James today. This is just sharing something that hopefully people find valuable. So get your freebies at a minimum. You're now more aware of who Justin is. He's a great guy, offering value to the Clickfunnels people. I thought it'd be a great guest to have on for the group. So, any final parting words for us?
Just a big thank you to you, James. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come out and talk about CF Style Box and hopefully help some people.
Yeah.
It's something I've built out of my own passion and love helping other people kind of level up their funnels. And I hope I can help you guys out. And again, I'm here for anybody that has any questions, needs any help. Always willing and able and hoping to help anybody that needs help.
Dude, I mean, like you said, we were asking me a question about email slurper. Next thing you know, you're hopping on, helping me out. So I appreciate you. I'm excited. I'm glad. Here's the thing. I knew of Steve Style Box, but I didn't know. I hadn't taken the time yet to look at it. Right. So now I have an idea. That's some cool stuff. That's definitely some cool stuff.
Appreciate it.
So we got one last comment here from Aaron. He says, "Very cool. Thank you, James and Justin. If you guys do end up buying it, drop a comment, on this video. It would just make our day, that it was time well spent for more than, just us. But I will see you guys in the next live training, next interview, whatever it may be. And everyone take care. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.